So, I got a decision to make. Do I want to talk out of hate right now? Or do I want to talk of godly things? I think I'll combine the two. I think I'll talk about God's wrath. Something that's repeated in the Bible is that God lifts up the meek. That He takes the weak and builds them up, and the strong He sits down. And as people, I think at times we suffer so much and it can feel like there's no reason for it. But I tell you what, every moment when you suffer, every moment throughout your entire life when you suffered, every moment when you felt cast away, when you felt silenced, when you felt betrayed, when you felt alone, when you felt hate, when you felt backed into a corner, God was watching every single moment. And He will lift you up for it. Retribution. You can imagine it like a boy who's walking in a field and he's surrounded by a crowd. And this boy loves God and God loves this boy. But this boy is walking through a crowd and people are screaming at him and throwing things at him. And they hate him. And they call him weak. They make fun of him because he's not a part of the crowd. But God is watching. And when there's no longer a field, when there's no longer a crowd, when all of that stuff is simply worldly things that have been forgotten, God will lift up that boy and say, I saw you. I watched you the whole time. In front of all of those crowds of people, He'll lift up that boy and say, this is my child. This was my child. He does that for all of us. He loves you. And sometimes when we're that boy in life, when it seems that every facet of life is taking advantage of us, like every ounce of energy that we have is being stripped and used as resources, when we become like nothing, God is there. I was watching Sam Hyde, and he was talking about moments when you're like eating takeout from a restaurant in the fucking parking lot and there's just nothing in life. It's just a blank life. You're in your car, you got YouTube on, you're eating restaurant food in your car, and there's just you got work later, and there's just nothing going on. And it's depressing, and it's sad, and it's uneventful. But even in these moments, God is there. He's watching, and he'll lift you up for it, for going through that. It's like just another badge to add to your accolades in the eyes of God. So sometimes as Christians, we don't know the right thing to say to people. When someone berates us, belittles us, when someone calls us a hypocrite, says, you say you're a Christian, but you don't act like one. Sometimes we don't always know the right answer. And that's only one example. There's a bazillion things that people say to us. All you fall back on is faith. There's a million reasons why Jesus never existed. The only answer you have is you just believe. You know, there's a bazillion other things like that people can say. And a lot of times we don't have the answer. And our faith can waver because of that. We can think, maybe that person is right. But God is there. He's watching. And even if you didn't say the right thing, you stood up for yourself. You proclaimed your faith. That's the important part. And even if you didn't say the right things, that's where proclaiming faith counts, really. Is when you're standing up against someone who's saying your faith doesn't exist, that your faith is false. And God watches every single time you do that and praises you for it and sets you up on high. Angels crowd around and applause in every moment that you proclaim your faith. It's like if we could only see the other side, maybe there wouldn't be atheists. Maybe there wouldn't be Satanists. Maybe if we could see the other side, see how holy God truly is, see these angels forming around us at all times, maybe then there would be no battle as to what is real. And maybe that's why we can't see it. Because we are here to learn, to experience, to grow. And the only way we're going to do that is if there is an option that all that stuff isn't real. And that we have to have faith to believe that it is. Maybe that's why it isn't obvious. So that we can have faith and trust and love, show love, true love for something that we can't see. I love Jesus. I can't see him, but I can envision him holding me at the end of time and saying it's okay, you did a good job. I have faith that that's what's going to happen. Strong faith. I have so much faith that that's going to happen that I could die tomorrow. In the words of Charles Carroll, I could die tomorrow. And I know where I'm going. It's okay. I'm not afraid. I'm going to look up the word conviction because it keeps coming into my head. a formal judgment of guilt in a court of law, a strong and firm belief, or the state of being convinced. Guilt ruling, strong belief definition, firm idea, a deep and serious opinion or moral principle that rarely changes. Inner confidence, a strong sense of certainty about something without needing proof. We have conviction. You know how firm that is? To say no matter what you say to me, no matter what ideas you try to plant in me, world, I stand by my faith. I have conviction. You know how strong that is? It's like standing on a rock. The floods will come, but you have that foundation, that conviction, that faith that can't be swayed by the oceans, by the waves, by the currents. You stand on it. A lot of young men are angry right now. And I think it's because men are strong. Men deserve respect. Real men, strong men with conviction and values and virtue. We demand respect. And in this world, in this system that they've created, that we live in, there's no respect for men. And we're just getting pissed off as the days go by, as women treat us like shit more and more, as the government treats us like shit more and more, as our opinions become less and less meaningful, as our voices get less and less heard, we just get more and more pissed off. And there's gonna come a point where somebody's gonna draw the line, and I'm thinking it's gonna be me. I'm about to draw the line. It's just gone too far. Maybe it had to get to this point for there to be real change. So maybe it's a good thing all these gays and fucking immigrants and fucking liberals are doing what they're doing. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it had to come to this point for there to be change. When I get angry, my words don't come out right. I get flustered. I get like a cat in a corner. I just start throwing out hands. And sometimes I say the wrong thing. And right now, what people like to do on the internet, luckily I have 0 followers, so it's not a big deal. But right now, what people like to do is they like to take everything you say and point it to you and say, this is who you are. So if you say I don't like gays, they come for you. They're like, ah! Truth is, I don't not like gays. I don't not like women. In the individual sense, when I meet people, you could be any number of anything. You could be trans, gay, a woman, anything, and I will talk to you respectfully. I won't notice that type of thing. It'll be like, whatever, like I'm friends with you. As long as you don't like do something bad. But when it comes to this country and what's happening, and in the overall, like, what's happening, that's where it's like gay people are doing bad things. Not the gay guy at the store who I ran into today. No, I'm talking about the liberal bitch on TikTok spreading her pussy fumes out into the world. Her angry, hateful, spiteful pussy fumes with no meaning or direction out into the world, thinking she's some sort of political figure because she's got big tits and everybody followed her. Bitch. That one came out right. Fucking bitch. I said this once, but imagine if our social media portfolios showed who we were on the inside and not who we were on the outside. When a girl makes an Instagram account, she'll have thousands of followers within days just by posting pictures of her tits. And then she gets to influence the world because she has tits. She gets to have a voice now. Could be the most disgusting, perverted, delusional person, but she's got tits, so she has a voice now and thinks she's smart. Bitch, go back in your house. Put on some fucking clothes. How many times do I gotta say it before it rings true? Put on some fucking clothes. It's gonna be like a full system overhaul. The entire current way of governing with the federal and the judicial and all of that, it's overhaul is what we need. None of that can exist any longer. Full overhaul. When they set all that shit up, that was great, but we gotta do something new. A whole overhaul, a new system. Because this one is rigged. And it's shit. There should be communities, small communities that take care of each other. Not run by this overarching federal government. Now America does need military defense because there's other countries that want to dig into our tight little assholes. You know, all these Muslims and shit. And Jews. But, yeah, this video might get taken down now. But the population should be like small communities. Not all these roads and grocery stores and bullshit. Offices and all this bullshit, dude. I don't want to see that shit. That's not my America. America should be fields and grass and trees. You should go down to the farm and get your meats, your delicatessen. Bro, like... Right now, this shit is a factory. We live in a factory, nigga. And you're soaking it up because you got tits and the factory works for you, bitch. But it won't work for you. Not when that factory gets burnt down to the ground and a new fucking society lifts up from the ashes like a phoenix. Nah. You're not gonna be at the top of that pyramid, bitch.
Soak it up while you can. Go fuck a bunch of niggers right now while you can. Because it's not going to be like that for long. I had a vision this morning of young men carrying crosses along long stretches together. No Nazi salutes, no rebel flags, crosses, wooden crosses, carrying them, men, long distances for everybody to see that this is America, Christian nation, and these are the strong men who are going to build it back up from what it is. This trash, this filth. Sometimes I feel like Taxi Driver ass nigga, Robert De Niro. This fucking filth. You're gonna see